Good morning. Welcome to the Circle of Alchemy Sisters. My name is Dedra. I'm here with my co-host Kristi Lynn, and she, to start us out with, has pulled out some cards on the table. So we're just gonna get in here and get to the meanings of those and just see what comes up. We do not have a plan today. We are kind of letting Spirit guide us and to deliver a message that needs to be brought to the awareness of anybody and everybody watching.
I just wanted to put these in the camera so they could see. I just went through the stack and lifted and turned and lifted and turned. So they are pre-picked. We probably should do it in front of them so they know that we're doing everything the right way. But and in our pre-recording meeting, we already had discussed that the goddesses were up front and center. We just released a podcast yesterday, and in the end of that we channeled, was it Isis?
It was Isis. Yes,
Isis. So they're very fresh in both of our hearts and minds and souls, so we wanted the goddesses to come forward, and I have a very deep connection with Isis, Hecate, and Lilith. Who are your goddesses that you communicate with?
So Isis, Hecate, I do consider Hathor and Athena to be a part of the group, and Freya, which is a Viking goddess, but and Odin. I have to include gods because it's not just the goddesses. You can have relationships with both.
Yes, I have a relationship with Odin.
Okay.
And Hathor, of course. I don't know why I don't mention Hathor, but she was my very first goddess that I ever had communication with. I got a birth chart reading done, and the woman who was doing my birth chart was very, very connected to Hathor, and she told me, now that we're connecting, my goddess will probably come to you. And it wasn't 5 minutes after that birth chart reading, I was in the bathroom, and I just had this vision of this wonderful, terrifying, powerful, amazing goddess, and of course it was Hathor. So Hathor, I feel like, is just a part of me. Like I don't know why I don't include her in part of my goddesses, but I love her. I love her so much. She gave me so much power in the beginning of my awakening, when I was really trying to figure out who I was authentically. Hathor really helped me do that. Really, really, really. So shout out to Hathor. I'm sorry I forget you, girl. No. I love you.
Yes. I'm feeling very anxious in the gut. I feel like we got some really, I mean, I feel their presence. I like, it's like rising up into my throat. I'm excited to see what all transpires through this message.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just take a couple deep breaths and see what the voices in my head are saying. Okay, and now because we're talking about Hathor, I feel like she's right in the front. And she's coming in to say she is sort of less intimidating than other goddesses. Like when you bring up certain goddesses, they feel a little intimidating, mostly because the goddesses we work with I work with a few dark goddesses. They feel very intimidating, right? Hathor is someone who existed in this physical realm back in the Egyptian days. So she's much less intimidating, I guess, to humans than the dark goddesses, because she was actually physically I keep hearing human, but not actually. I don't think she was a human. Hathor wasn't a human. She was she came here to help humans. She came here to help humans. She existed. She ruled. Like she was here. She was here. She was here.
Would she have been part of the Anunnaki?
I feel like she was 1 or 2 generations after them. I feel like she has the blood, but she was very the words keep coming through human. She feels very human-esque to me. So she wasn't as like Isis. She wasn't Isis, right? Like Isis is straight, pure Anunnaki power, right? Mm-hmm. That's what Isis feels like to me. But Hathor feels like a couple generations behind. Like she has the blood in her, but she was also very connected with the humans. She's less intimidating. So if you're trying to develop a relationship with goddesses, Hathor is a great one to start with. I mean, you could just really start by learning about her in ancient Egypt. You could learn about her story there because it's very physically real. It's easier for people to accept, right? When you start talking about Hecate and Lilith and, all Hathor was real. She was real. There's pictures of her all over Egypt. Like, this was a real, actual thing. So she's easier for humans to kind of develop a relationship with because it's not so far-fetched.
Right.
Okay, so she's saying that she's very, very, very divine feminine, right? And she is really here to awaken that in women, right? Help them find the deeper part of themselves, and allow that transformation to sort of happen. She's the one who kind of helped me awaken to my sexuality crisis that I was going through. Yeah. Hathor was really part of my gay awakening that I had. She showed me, she guided me, she allowed me to really feel the feelings that I really had and be confident in them and be able to express them. Hathor was a big, big part of me stepping into my most authentic self, for sure. And then we have Lilith. Lilith is a big part of what is happening right now on Earth, okay? Because it's like us women are standing up and like not taking it anymore. Like, we are realizing that we are very, very powerful, and Lilith is sort of that like that demon that helps us break out of what society has been conditioning us for, right? Lilith is that sort of, feeling, right? Like, she shows me with claws and she shows me with fangs and she shows me crouching down. She's that internal sort of wild woman inside of us, but she also has two sides, right? Lilith to me is that very, like, if you're trying to stand up to the patriarchy, if you're in a relationship and you're being controlled and you're being manipulated, Lilith will help you sort of break out of that in the most fierce, beautiful way, right? Like, powerful Lilith will help you with that, right? She's not known for listening to men, right? It's not something she is known for. So she will help you sort of engage in a stronger, more fierce, more dark side of you that really needs to come out so you can stand in your power, right? But the other side of Lilith is she's very flirty. She's very fun. Like, I see her in a short little skirt, skipping around with her ponytail, twisting her bubble gum, right? Like, she's fun. She's flirty, but she's also that very dark. Like, she's like a siren. She'll like call you in with her flirtatious and then she'll like rip you apart, right? So if you're trying to get into that, a lot of us women, when we get into relationships and we have a family, we forget about this beautiful, wonderful, flirty, like the woman we used to be, right? Like, we used to be sexy and we used to be cool and we used to be hip and we used to be all these things. But because we've gotten into such a comfortable role, we forget, right? And not only is Lilith there to help you out of those traumatic relationships, she's also there to remind you, like, bitch, you hot. You're hot, right? You can be hot. You can be sexy. You can be pretty. Like, whatever you want to dress like, you dress like. And just remember that beautiful confidence within yourself, okay? So that's Lilith. She's one of the scarier ones. People are scared of her because I think what we've been conditioned to believe about her. She was a demon. I don't know what the rumors are about Lilith, but I've never come across, actually, that's exactly what she does, right? She revolts against men, and that's what she was known for in the Garden of Eden. She was the first woman created for Adam. He wanted to be on top of her. He wanted to mount her. He wanted to control her, and she said, no, absolutely not. Got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, and then she got labeled for being a demon, right? So, yeah, if you want anything to do with rising up against the patriarchy, Lilith is definitely one of the goddesses to go to. Athena, now I have worked with Athena a few times. Do you want to tell me what Athena feels like to you, what she represents to you in your life?
So here's the deal. I have there's a little bit of confusion because I don't know what each one feels like. Like when I channeled them yesterday, I couldn't have told you who I was channeling. I felt like it was goddess because, for one, the terms that they used, and it felt like it was very much a stern, like strong, divine feminine, like, empowering me. And it very much, whenever I started channeling, it was immediate thought like goddess energy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Athena represents to me and what she feels like. I feel like it's, I don't know.
Okay, so I would encourage anyone who's trying to connect with goddesses to first start learning about them, right? So Athena is very masculine. Athena was, I think there was a prophecy that, who's her father? Zeus?
I think so.
I think Zeus is her father. And there was a prophecy that his first, or that's his male-born child was going to take over, blah, 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 blah. So Zeus ate his mother when she was pregnant with Athena. Athena was born. She was a woman, and she ended up, Zeus regurgitated her, right? Okay. So Athena is a very, very powerful masculine energy. She's a female, but she's very much into that masculine energy. So I always, women who are very heavy masculine energy, I would say that Athena is a goddess for you to tap into. But also, if you have very, very heavy divine feminine energy, I would also suggest making a relationship with Athena because she balances that out. Okay, so she's very strong, she's very powerful, she's a warrior, she fought her way out of the womb, like she was swallowed, she was dead, she was gone, and she fought her way out. And so Athena's very powerful, very masculine. Who else is another goddess that you...
Freya, which is also a warrior.
Okay, so I don't know anything about Freya at all. She's not a goddess that I have ever tapped into. I do know she is Viking energy, but I do not know anything about her. She's a warrior.
Yes,
of course. That's why you would be attracted to her, because you are a warrior. We're warriors. That's what we came here to do.
She came through with Odin one time when we were channeling here, and it was really like out of, because you kept
channeled Freya.
So you were hearing the word Valkyrie all morning.
Yes.
And then when we got here, you're like, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? And then you just started just channeling them. And that was my first ever experience with knowing that I have Viking history. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
And then you
life.
checked your, and then you
I checked my, I did an ancestry
chart.
chart. And so I did the DNA on Ancestry. And it came back that like 59% is Northeastern European, which is a Viking.
Yeah. Okay. That's really cool. I didn't remember channeling Freya. What is she like?
Very strong. Very strong. Very fierce.
She's related to the Valkyrie. Is she part of the Valkyrie?
So
Did we look it up?
So Valkyrie are female warriors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. I love that. If we are getting anything wrong, any information wrong, please let us know. Don't be rude. Again, I channel. So what I'm doing is I'm feeling goddess energy, and then I will look up a few facts about the goddesses, and then I will just go by what feelings they give me. So if I am giving wrong information, I am so sorry.
Meaning?
I know that the Valkyrie are powerful warrior women.
Host of female figures who guide souls of the dead to the god Odin's hall of Valhalla. So where the deceased warriors go.
Yes.
I watched the Viking show. I watched a little bit of it. I couldn't watch all of it because
Which one?
The Vikings, the first.
Oh, it's
first
called
one.
The Vikings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was on Netflix or something like that. Could be in Yeah, I think it was on Netflix. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me. But yeah, that was my first. Like you mentioned the Valkyrie, and then the Viking gods, and then I'm like, oh, I have Viking history, and I know the Viking show. I'll go on there and watch it. But they talk a lot about Valhalla.
Mm-hmm. I used to watch a Viking show. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like the Last Kingdom, the Lost Kingdom, the Last Kingdom,
yeah,
with Uhtred. Woo! Yeah, that's a great show. Very great show, and they talk about Valhalla. But that was before I knew anything about Vikings or the goddesses or anything. I watched it a long time ago. Okay, so next goddess up. Hecate. Again, Hecate is, okay, and Hecate is the triple moon goddess, right? She's the maiden mother crone. She's got 3. Yep. And that perfectly describes her, right? She is that young maiden, the mother, and then she transfers. She's the mother of witchcraft. She's the mother of crossroads. Like this goddess can be with us from birth until the end of our lives. She is just the one who is full of transfers. She's full of guidance. She's full of hope. But she's also full of use your inner magic. Like you're a witch. You're a witch. You're a witch. She wants us women to really get in touch with that natural, beautiful, magical part of us. It's all inside of us. All of us women were born witches. You are born a witch. That's your birthright. You are a witch. Right? And you have this natural ability to sort of just create magic within you, on the outside of you, with others. I mean, that's why covens are such a big thing. Like the more witch energy you get together, the more powerful your manifestations are. And I pulled these cards, and as soon as I saw the cards, they felt like goddesses to me, right? And we have fulfillment of wishes here, this card right here, number 9, fulfillment of wishes. And they're saying, if you really want to master manifestation, get together with your girls, get together with your coven, and really focus on each person's manifestation. Spend 5 or 10 minutes focusing each one. Like you say what you want to manifest, and us girls will spend 5 minutes along with you focusing and picturing you getting that very exact thing. Right? And they're saying that's what it's for. Like, come together, create magic, and move your life forward in the way that you want to. Okay? Hecate is a beautiful, wonderful goddess to connect to, and she's very powerful, and she wants you to just like create your life. Get in touch with that beautiful inner sort of witch inside of you, and direct your life in the way that you want to live it, instead of letting your life direct you. That's powerful. She gave me goosebumps. I love her. And then this card came up also. I pulled these cards before I started talking to the goddesses. And as soon as I read the cards, I was like, dude, this is goddess energy for sure, right? Number 22. So numerology, it's number 4. Or master number 22, right?
Yep.
Intuition. This is a huge, huge part of us women tuning into our witch power, tuning into our divine feminine power, trusting our intuition. For centuries, we have been trained to let the men lead and trust them and put our home in them and trust and trust and trust. And in that, in placing our hope and placing our home and our root inside of other people, it detrains our intuition centers, right? We're not trusting the things that we're actually feeling. We're trusting this leader that we have entrusted to lead us. So we've been trained to literally, don't pay attention to this, pay attention to this. This is the way we're going, okay? And in this new energy that's here, this divine, feminine, wonderful, powerful energy that's arising on the planet right now, intuition is a big one, okay? So if your gut tells you something, I don't care what anyone else says. I want you to trust your gut, your physical body. You're smiling because you just experienced this, did you not? Mm-hmm. Your head was telling you one thing, your gut was telling you another thing, and the goddesses came through and said, trust your gut, and you knew exactly what to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your body is a physical vessel that will communicate with you if you listen to it.
Yeah, and it's hard because you want validation. And that's the one thing you don't need to search for is validation from others that you are doing the right thing for yourself. Because somebody else's journey and what they may do in their journey or their experiences may not align with you. Everybody's journey and path and experiences are going to be different from yours.
You are the main character in your own life. No
Yeah.
one else matters. You chose this path. You chose to walk a certain path, and you chose to say, I'm not going to listen to what everybody else is telling me. That's part of what we come on this earth to do, is to find our own authentic selves. We're not coming here to live by what everybody else has told us, you know? And it's a mission. It's a mission, right? You came to this earth to find your most authentic self, to find your path, to find your gift. You know, you didn't come here to live by everybody else's rules.
No. And when you do find yourself and find your path, oh, it's liberating.
It is liberating. It's scary to take the action, the first step. You know, like when you're finding out who you really are, when you're discovering who your most authentic self is, whom you've been hiding from your whole entire life, when you finally decide to like take that first step and say, this is who I am. This is who I am. And I'm sorry that I have maybe been pretending to be someone else my whole entire life, but I'm not doing that anymore. This is who I am. And sometimes it hurts people, right? Like when you find your most authentic self, right? Like when I remembered, when I came to the realization that I'm a gay woman and I've been a gay woman my whole life. I was in a relationship with a beautiful, wonderful human being, a male, that I was finding my most authentic self. I was coming out as my most authentic self. But I had this wonderful, beautiful, supportive, amazing, kind human being that I had to hurt in the way of finding myself. So sometimes when you're finding your most authentic self, it's a clusterfuck, right? It is, because you have been living your life not in your most authentic energy, and now you're realizing your most authentic energy, and you have to move forward in that energy, or every day it's just constantly over and over and over playing in your head, playing in your heart, right? And it eventually make you sick. It will make you sick. It will cause you to have very bad thoughts and feelings.
Yep.
So when you're finding your most authentic self, it's not going to be an easy ride.
No, but you are going to be pushed to do it.
Yeah. And afterwards, it's powerful. Yeah. I feel so powerful. I feel so enlightened. I feel so authentic. I feel so free, which is not something that I've had my whole entire life. I was always searching and searching and searching for the next thing. Like, what is it?
No.
What is it? You know? And now that I'm here in this place of authenticity, I'm like, here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. The thing I was looking for my whole life. It's here. It was inside me. I just was locking it up. I was making it a prisoner. And here I am. And I feel great. And I feel wonderful. So stepping into your most authentic self, I would say that the goddesses, once you start working with them, you don't have a choice, right? Don't make relationships with the goddesses if you do not want the transformation.
I agree, but I will say that it would be the best thing that you could ever do for yourself.
100%, but you're going to have to use big, giant brass lady balls.
Yes. I mean, that's exactly what they say. Put your fucking crown on. Straighten that crown. Get your ass in there.
Sit your ass on your throne with your crown and remain there.
That's for damn sure. So if you think it's a joke, I would suggest don't play around.
Don't play around with the goddesses. They will transform your lives in ways that you can't comprehend. I mean, just like if you would have talked to me 4 years ago and then told me what I was going to be doing in 4 years' time and how I would be living and what I would be doing with my life, I would have told you you're absolutely insane. There's no way that that's all going to happen. But I made a deal with the goddesses, and here I am.
I'm literally afraid of public speaking, of people hearing what I have to say, a fear of being judged. And never in my mind would I have ever thought about doing a podcast.
A video podcast.
No kidding. I didn't want to be seen. And here I am showing myself to the world, and I'm like, yeah. Because you know what? I deserve to be heard.
Speaking your truth.
Yes.
We all deserve to speak our truth. We all deserve to be heard, right? Mm-hmm. Now, whether you choose to do it publicly or not, I encourage everyone to get a fucking podcast. Yeah. Honestly. Do you know how wonderful it feels speaking this most authentic, divine truth that I feel lots of women aren't living? Lots of men aren't living. Lots of children aren't living. Like, we are here literally to just bring forward the power of freedom, authenticity. You do not have to be the person that you were yesterday and the week before and the month before. If you decide that that is not your most authentic you, let it go and discover who you really are. And it might take some time. It might take some time, right? But those thoughts that you have in your head that are badgering you over and like for me, it was, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay, over and over and over in my head for a very long time, over and over. And it was me like, no, over and over, right? But when you pick up that power and you say, okay, I guess I am, let's try it. All of a sudden, like, freedom, right? Authenticity, power. It's wonderful. Freedom. You know freedom. You just experienced freedom.
I literally, like, my gut feels happy. I feel happy. I feel like there's not a weight on my shoulders. I don't feel dread today.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I could go have a long cry on my bed and try to build myself up to go in there. Boy, if you're doing that to yourself every day to get yourself to do something, something needs to change.
Yeah, and yours was your workplace.
Yes.
You were not happy in your workplace. It was not your vibration, not your frequency.
No,
didn't
absolutely
align with
not. I felt like I was taking a trip to a black hole every day. It was suffocating. I could literally feel the energy of just chaos, and all I could think about is I want to escape. I want the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm. And you did it.
Yeah, I did.
And it was scary.
I don't know if I stayed longer than I should have. I don't know if I was being called. I think I was being called before, but I kept thinking in my head, I have a goal. I'm not there yet. And then I kept thinking out after those thoughts, it was like, you're not trusting. You're not trusting.
Yeah, and that's the kind of big brass balls we're talking about. Like, that's scary. You have to follow with what you're feeling inside and stop listening to this old programming up here, this old programming that just repeats over and over and over in your head. Yeah. Okay, so let's focus and see what else is coming through. And they're also saying, like, you don't really have to have, in the beginning, you don't have to have a specific goddess that you want to connect to. You can just focus on activating your own goddess energy. We are just here to help you, to inspire you, to give you inspiration and that push, right? But if you don't feel called to connecting to a certain goddess type, you can literally just connect with the goddess type of your own. And that comes in meditation. Anytime you want to connect to anyone on the other side, all you have to do is go into meditation, and this is where you have conversations with the other side. But you are going to have to learn to quiet the monkey mind. And I know a lot of people say, I can't meditate. It's yes, you can. You can, right? It was like when I tell people I'm gluten-free, and I say that I don't eat gluten, I don't eat bread, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, right? And people say, oh, I could never do that. You actually could. You could. All you have to do is try. That's it, right? You just have to try. And sometimes trying is failing, but you just try again, and you try again, and you try again, and you try it again. Meditation is so important. It's so important. I cannot stress that enough. Meditation should be your number one priority when you are going through a spiritual awakening of some sort. What are you smiling about?
Well, I was just thinking about my meditation that I did today. So, and I was thinking while I was doing this in my meditation, I was thinking I'm really growing. I can feel things that I didn't feel before. So, for example, actually, this is not an example because it actually happened. I was aligning my chakras and I was clearing them. And so I would picture my hand as a white light going inside each chakra, and I could feel like a tingly, like a like something was inside me. It was cooling, and it was like, just felt like it was moving. Like I was really putting energy into my body, and I could feel every place that I went to. I could
Yes.
feel the energy inside there.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So I have not studied chakra healing. I have not studied like how to do energy work. I have learned and I have been shown in my meditations by the goddesses and the energies and the extraterrestrials that I connect with, right? And that is exactly what I do. I can just see inside. I just focus, and I'm given freedom to look inside people's bodies, even if they're not in front of me, right? You can do that on other people. Obviously, you have to have a little bit of permission. These were people who were getting readings for me, so I had their permission. But in a meditation, I can just see a row of chakras, and then certain ones are brighter or dimmer than the other ones, and I can just go in with my hand, like you said, creating a white light, and just kind of moving my hand along those dim chakras and allowing myself to receive information on how to enlighten those chakras. And then we can just give them a spin, right? We give them a clean and we give them a spin. And that's how you do a chakra alignment. I encourage everyone to do what you did and connect to your own chakras and really just try giving yourself a chakra alignment. You can do it. The power is within you. Nothing is on the outside of you. God is within you. The goddesses are within you. Your higher self, everything. You have the power to do all of these things that all of these people are coming out of the woodworks doing. Energy work is something that you have as a birthright and born within you. Energy work. You do not have to be a special human to do energy work. I do suggest forming a relationship with Mother Gaia, because when you are doing energy work, it is going to deplete your energy, okay? So if I'm plugging my plug into Gaia and I'm making this, I'm being attuned by her, right? She's giving me the frequency of energy healing. She's filling my body with the energy I need to share the energy that I have, so it's not depleting me. So in meditation, ground yourself. I think in our last podcast, we said put a plug into Mother Gaia. We unplug from the matrix and we plug into Mother Gaia. Be attuned to her energy and align your chakras. Start with you. Start with your loved ones. Start with your spouses. Start with your children, because you have contracts with each one of them, soul contracts. As a mother, as a spouse, you have permission to be inside of your spouse's chakras, to be inside of your children's chakras. You are under contract as mother and father, mother and daughter, husband and wife, whatever relationship you have. If you're under contract with someone, you have the permission to go inside of them. So I encourage you to just dive deep into meditation, focus on those balls of light, focus on, first you got to learn the chakras and all the colors, right? You got to learn these things. You have to dive deep into these things, but we all have permission to do energy work. Us energy workers, people who call ourselves energy workers, we're not special. We call ourselves energy workers because we have trained ourselves. We have been trained in meditation by just our higher selves to do it. But everybody can do it. Everybody can do it.
It's amazing. I believe that. I used to think that I couldn't do energy work because I couldn't really feel it. But as I became more attuned and more connected, I can feel it now. And I wasn't even sure of what I was feeling, but then I could feel like the energy going, and I started at my root, and then I could feel like the difference. I could feel the cooling sensation. I could feel like I could feel like there was something like going on down there, almost like your gut instinct, but it was like in another area.
Yes. Like butterflies in different chakras. Yes, absolutely. You are literal proof that you can go from being a regular human being to paying attention, learning, doing the things, and now chakra work. Like you literally just said, you never thought that you'd be able to do that. But you have taken all the information that you've been learning and putting it into...
It's a desire. It starts with a desire, the want to.
Yeah.
You have to want to.
And believe that you can.
And believe it. And and I'm just working on myself. I mean, I'm not trying to like do it to anybody else, but it was a desire to want to learn and want to do it. And then I felt the need. I'm like, you tell me all the time. And I learned from like the messages that come through you, getting grounded and knowing that I need to work on my root chakra. And I feel more connected to Gaia. I talk to her every morning. And I mean, now I have plants. I never wanted plants before. But now I have plants because I feel so connected and I want the beauty here at my home. I don't own it, but I can take it with me. And so now I'm working on myself and being able to feel the energy that I'm putting into my body, and I'm doing that. Yeah, it's amazing. It's enlightening. It's empowering. I feel very powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. You are powerful. And that's what most of our messages that we channel through are like. Find your own power. Your power is not outside of you. It is within you. It has just been bred out of you. It's been conditioned out of you from birth. You are told exactly who you are, exactly what religion to follow, exactly what God you believe in, exactly what your name is, exactly what job you're supposed to have, exactly what school you're going. You are conditioned and programmed to be a specific human, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to like discover that goddess, that God light inside of us and just do what we're here to do. And mostly now being born into the generations that we're born into. I feel like the children that are being born now, the parents that they're being born to, we do have a little bit more freedom. Like when I was a child, I didn't have freedom, right? My parents were very, you do this, you do this, you do this. I didn't have freedom. I was just a child, right? But the next generation, I raised my children with a little bit more freedom, right? And then the next generation, my children, will probably raise their children with a little more freedom, right? Just like, it's not our job to create this human being. It's our job to support this human being while they create themselves. We are not the master colorer, right? They are. They're coloring their own coloring book. They are creating their own life. It is not our job to say, you're going to do this and you're going to do this and you're going to follow this and you're going to follow this. It's our job to just support them while they're figuring it out themselves. You know, I do not want to tell my children where to go, what to do. I want them to be able to have the freedom to decide where they want to go, what they want to do. And if that turns out to not be something that was good for them, they have that now, that experience under their belt, right? Most kids, if we raise them in the energy of control, when they turn 18 and they get out into the real world, number one, they're going to rebel. Number two, they're not going to know how to handle things, what to do. Like, what do I do? My parents never taught me this. They just did everything for me, right? Like, how does your kid know how to do laundry if you don't allow them to do laundry? How does your kid know how to vacuum if you don't teach them how to vacuum, right? Allow them to sort of teach themselves what to do. Freedom. Everybody deserves freedom. I don't know why I went off on that. Why were we talking about children and giving birth?
We went straight from energy work straight into kids.
It's because I was thinking about your pregnant daughter down on the couch. It just came in, I guess. Because I was going to tell you, I don't know, does she have a lot of hip pain?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was seeing in my mind. The next time you tune in to energy work, the next time you're in meditation, I urge you, whether she's here or not, to just look inside. It's that sacral chakra energy in her hips, right? And it's stored there and it causes pain, right? So what we can do is just now make sure you're connected to Gaia so that you're not sucking your energy out of yourself. Anybody who's doing energy work, I want you first to please connect to Gaia. Plug your plug into Gaia. Dig your roots into Gaia. Do not do energy work on your own. You do need Gaia's assistance, okay? So what you can do, now what I do is I just see in my mind, I see her hips. and her hips are just like glowing to me, like just a solid white glowing ball, all of her hips. And what I do when I'm doing energy work is I'm spreading that energy out. So I take my hands and I just envision taking that energy and pulling it. So I'm pulling it down her legs and out her feet, and the other leg and out her feet. Right now I'm doing it, right? And I'm pulling it up into her belly, out of her arms, right? There's energy that's stored right here, and it's causing her a lot of uncomfortableness, right? If we could just spread that energy out, get it out of her body, remove it from her head.
So you're spreading it out and you're like releasing it out of her body. Okay.
Yes.
So you're not just moving it through her body, you're just pulling it out of her body.
I'm picturing it and exiting her hands. Yes, I'm pulling it from this centralized station, and I'm pulling it up and out of her head, out of each one of her arms. And now it's just not concentrated here. It's moving out of her system. It's not stored in her system.
How often
anymore.
would you need to do that? Like, because I'm sure it's going to get stored back up there again.
It is. And again, that's up to her to do the work. There's a reason that we have this localized pain. If you are one of those people who has constant hip pain, constant leg pain, constant knee pain, if you're in a constant form of pain, I suggest you to tune into what that means spiritually and energetically. If you're carrying pain in certain areas, it really can tell you a lot about yourself. So go ahead and look that up. There is information all over the internet about what energy centers you're holding. Like if your neck and your shoulders hurt, it means you're carrying too many things, right? Like emotionally. Again, your body talks to you in all different ways. So what I would say, if you're having a lot of hip pain, that's your womb center. That's your sacral. So pay attention to that and really work on that energetic center. And the more you work on that energetic center, the less pain you're going to feel all the time. It's putting the work in our energetic bodies. We don't just take care of our physical bodies. We have to take care of our energetic bodies as well. So pain in the womb center, tune in to what that means. Okay. For sure. But you, as her mother, as someone who has a contract with her, you can get in those energy centers and you can just spread it out for her.
I don't know. Do you envision the light, or does it just come to you? Because I don't
It
know.
just comes to me.
I don't know if I would be able to see anything. I don't know.
But I didn't know how to do it until, it literally was just shown to me. If you go into meditation and you start picturing your daughter, mm-hmm. you will see light in certain areas. Just go with it.
Okay.
Just go with it.
All right.
So in your meditations every morning when you're connecting, I would suggest that you do that, right? You can do that to all of your loved ones. Just focus, and then you'll notice you'll concentrate on your partner, right? And you'll be like, oh, I see a light in their head.
Okay, question.
Uh-huh.
Since we're talking about this, okay, so my husband mm-hmm. has a lot of shoulder pain. Mm-hmm. Could that be a pinched nerve or something different?
Obviously, it can be a pinched nerve. Obviously, physical symptoms are real. They do exist. But I would suggest him tuning into the energy of, I'm carrying too much. I'm bearing too much. I'm carrying too much. A lot of pressure. I'm just carrying things over and over and over again. There's a lot that I'm carrying. There's a lot that I'm carrying that I'm not expressing. I'm holding it in. And it's a lot of pressure on my shoulders, on my neck. And it's causing me physical pain, right? So, that's a very, look that up. Mm-hmm. Look that up. Energetic meaning of shoulder pain. Energetic meaning of neck pain. And they'll tell you you're carrying too many things. You need to. And men are programmed to do that. They're programmed to carry their trauma, right? Because men don't express, we're not allowed as men to express our emotions. We're not allowed to cry. We're not allowed to do these process through these feelings until just recently. And it's still a very foreign energetic thing. Men still aren't comfortable with expressing how they really feel, right? Like if your partner is having neck pain and shoulder pain, see what you can do to sort of ease their burden. Talk to them, bring it out, ease it out. I know you're having some neck pain and some shoulder pain. What do you think it's from? You know, do you think you're carrying too many things? Do you feel like your burden is very heavy right now? Is there anything you want to talk about? Do you feel pressured? Do you, like, drag it out? That's what the divine feminine is here to do. We're here to guide, and we're here to love these divine masculines into their actual divine masculine, right? And that's going to take us some coaxing. Like, come on, come on, come on. Talk to me, right? Because men are very stoic. They're very stoic, and they're very, I'm a man and I can handle it, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You know, like they're the leaders, they're the workers, they're our caretakers, they're this. Sometimes it's a lot of pressure, and sometimes it hurts. So let him express himself and the burdens that he's carrying. Allow him to sort of talk to you about it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so the next card we have is Hope, and how funny that it's a big giant ball of light with a body in the middle. Like, we were just talking about balls of light and chakras, so this is very fitting. The hope is, once you start your spiritual awakening, right, your energetic systems have to go and have to transfer from worry to hope. Like, it's a switch that we have to turn on. In the third dimension, before the spiritual awakening, we are living in a state of fear, an energetic state of fear, an energetic state of worry, right? Once we say, I want to turn my life around, it's like we have to turn that switch on. I'm not living in this energetic state of worry and fear anymore. I'm now living in the state of hope. I have confidence that everything is working for me, right? Me and my friend Sam have this saying, in all ways, always, right? In all ways, always, right? Like, I'm taken care of. I'm abundant. I'm happy. I'm in all ways. I am abundant in all ways, always. Every single day, all day long. And if you just start convincing yourself of that, I think it's a beautiful, like, we're getting it tattooed. In all ways, always. I am just taken care of, right? Know that. Have that hope. Have that confidence that I am taken care of. I am taken care of. Everything is working for me, and that will transform your entire life around. Instead of, woe is me, why? It's now like, it's for me. It's for me. In all ways, always. In all ways, always. I am always taken care of. I am always guided. I am always protected. Have that confidence, and your life will start to change. Now, the last card we have is, now you said this card was for you. You were feeling this, right? And this is Hirith. Is that the word? Hirith?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. That's a strange word. Hiraeth and Aeth. Aeth. And it says, longing for home, homesick for the stars. And you said, I feel that. I feel that deeply. I feel like a lot of people feel that deeply, right? I feel like Earth doesn't feel like a comfortable place for us right now because we've just realized that we're not from here, right? We're not from here. We didn't come from here. This isn't our home. This is our temporary home. So when there's chaos going on around us, when there's low vibrations going on around us, once we realize we're not from here, and we look up into the Pleiades star system and we say, take me home. Take me home. Please take me home, right? We can't get into that state of mind either. We have to know that that's our home. That's where we come from. But we're here to live this beautiful, wonderful human life, right? Human life is a privilege. It's a privilege. And I know that we're all here saying, oh, God, I hate it here. I don't want to be here and I'm not coming back. But once you cross over to the other side, you really have this wonderful expansion of Earth life is a gift. Mm-hmm. Earth life is a gift. Where else can you eat watermelon, spit the seeds? Like, where else can you smell fresh flowers? Like, Earth is a very, very privileged place to be on. So don't long for the place that you're going back to. You're going back there. Don't worry. You don't have to miss home. You're going back. You're on vacation on Earth, right? Think of it that way. I'm here. I'm on this beautiful vacation on Earth. It's a very privileged life to lead. Now that I'm aware that I can create my life and create the energy that exists within my life, I'm going to enjoy it, right? I'm going to enjoy it. I am not one of those people that says I'm never coming back here. I'm one of those people that says I'm coming back. I feel like the Kool-Aid man. I'm going to kick the door down, right? I'm coming back. I can't wait to come back because now that I'm awakened and now that I've realized that I have all these very human things that I've been programmed to feel that I now have to work through and alchemize, right? I have these bad experiences within me one by one. I have to alchemize them into good experiences. So I'm bringing up my trauma, I'm looking at it, I'm remembering it, I'm processing through it, I'm letting go, right? Every time I do that, I'm lightening my load for my next life.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to come back, right? So just look at it that way. The more demons you fight in this life, the more shadows you face in this life, the more wonderful, beautiful experiences you have in this life, the more peaceful you're going to have in the afterlife, right? We're making our home for our next life. It's like we're making our bed for our next life. And you can come back whenever you want. You don't have to come back. Like, it's all up to you. It's a human decision. But I guarantee you, once you cross over to the other side and you are watching your loved ones from down here struggling, you can't wait to get back here and be like, I'm going to do it this time. I'm really going to do it. I'm not going to miss the hints. I'm not going to miss, like, your spirit team is there just to help you through it, So wake up, pay attention, follow all of the intuition that you're feeling. Do not listen to this programmed monkey mind, okay? It's very hard when it's in here telling you, no. Don't step out of your comfort zone. Like, okay, TLC, I love them, right? But that song, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Fuck that. Chase those waterfalls. Don't stick to the same shit that you've been doing your whole life, right? Chase the waterfalls. Chase them because they're there for a reason. If you have this vision of this wonderful, beautiful life in your head, but it's too far and you don't want to chase that waterfall, it's just a pipe dream, whatever, chase it. Do it, right? Don't stick to just this normal, mundane life that you've been programmed to enjoy. Go experience all the things.
Absolutely.
All right. We have about 9 minutes left. Is there anything that you want to say, want to bring up, want to ask?
Anunnaki's coming to mind.
Oh, okay. That's a big one.
No, they've been coming to my mind since I asked the question earlier. Even earlier in like my room, I started thinking about Anunnaki. Anunnaki, is that it?
Yeah. Anunnaki, visitors from the sky, right? That's what I've been shown, I've been taught. Our creators, the Anunnaki, created us. We were science experiments. They needed help to harvest. They created us for helpers. They fell in love with us. A certain clan of them fell in love with us, wanted to free us. The other clan didn't want to free us, and that's kind of still what we're living under, right? That one clan that programmed us to follow the leader, that's still that third dimensional energy that's hanging in our planet. But the other energy that was like freeing us, that's the energy that we're all working towards. So there's a couple different clans, couple different teams, couple different sides of the Anunnaki. I tend to go with Enki. I think Enki is the brother who was here to free the humans. And Isis was also... I haven't studied this, but Isis feels like very much a part of the Anunnaki, okay? I feel like Isis was a big part, well, she's the mother of humanity. And what I've been shown is that she literally gave birth to the first Adam, right? She literally gave birth to Lilith or whatever. You know, like the first humans were actually formed within her womb. So that's... What do you want to know about the Anunnaki? I could go on and on and on.
So would we really be considered Isis's like
children? Yes, yeah. Absolutely. That's why she loves us so much. That's why she already exists within us. You know, I don't know if we recorded this or not, but the goddess energy is already in you. It's already in you. It's in your DNA. She is in our DNA. That's the goddess is within you.
Are they coming back around?
They're already here.
Oh. Does their planet still exist?
No. No, there's a lot of planets, and that's another reason why the Earth is so important to them. Like, we've destroyed many planets. We've been here many times before. We have traversed this solar system many, 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 many times. And we know that if you keep going the way that you're going to destroy this beautiful planet. And we love this planet, and we don't want you to destroy it. And that's why we're here coming back saying, you know, again, I say hooty hoo. Last call, humans. We're here to let you know that you're fucking shit up. You need to wake up, and you need to get with the program.
So are they working with the Galactic Federation?
Yes. And now, again, Anunnaki just means visitors from the sky.
Okay, so they're not like a race, particular
the Anunnaki
race.
were multitudes of races on one team that came here for a specific mission. Once that mission happened, it's like they broke up into like, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do that, and they also spread humans, like, they came as one, and then they separated into multiples and multiple teams, multiple thoughts. That's why there's so many different religions, there's so many different beliefs, there's so many different thoughts. Like, the Anunnaki came on one mission, and then once they kind of succeeded at their mission, which was create humankind, harvest, all these things, they spread out into all different types of lands. And
okay, so let's ask, because I never really thought about it this way. I pictured them as like a race from a planet. So if Anunnaki is just visitors from the sky and they're built from multiple races, what would some of the races include?
Okay, so the reptilians are one big one. I feel like a lot of the races come from that, right? Because even when I see the Pleiadians, right? Beautiful, wonderful, amazing, loving, kind race. Mm-hmm. They still have a reptilian appearance to me. When they showed me their noses the other day, it was very reptilian. Their eyes are very reptilian. So the reptilian race is one of them. The Pleiadians are another race. The Lyrans are another race. Like, I feel like the Anunnaki was a section of the Galactic Federation that came here without permission. Mm-hmm. Then they kind of got themselves into trouble and had to go back to the Federation and say, here's what we did. And they were like, okay, let's go in and clean up your mess a little bit.
So what race would Isis have been? What race would she be from?
I'm trying to just envision it in my head, and I keep getting Lyran. So I feel like cat people had a lot to do with, and obviously there's evidence of it all over Egypt. I mean, like,
so she didn't look human.
No, not a lot. The Anunnaki, that's why they called them gods, because they were just like, they were so different, right? They were different. It was obvious that they were not humans.
The statues kind of remind me of animalistic.
Yeah.
Some of them would look like a dog. Like the very long nose.
Yes.
Some of them kind of had an appearance of.
Now, we also have to remember that some of these carvings were made thousands of years after they even existed here.
Birds. There were some bird-like.
Yes, like the blue avians. Mm-hmm. Yes. All of the races that we communicate with in the Galactic Federation, I feel like we're part of that sort of Anunnaki crew that came here originally. Now, I feel like some of them don't want anything to do with us anymore. They're like, oh, no, I learned my lesson. I don't want anything to do with that anymore. Like I said, I've channeled many times that not all extraterrestrial races are here for the advancement of humanity. Okay, some of them don't want anything to do with us. Some of them want us to stay exactly where we are, in the third dimension. They don't want us to know that we have the power, and I don't feel like it's in a mean way. I feel like they just like, they're not ready. Don't give the humans the power. They're not ready. Like, they're not ready, right? They're like worried little parents up there that want us to.
But they know that we're advanced. Some of us are advanced souls that have been a part of them before.
Yes,
they're
and
here.
I feel like some of them are not on Team Starseed. Like there's a lot of that's why there have been lots of races that leave the Federation. You just, it's not a gang. Like you're not, like, just because you're in the Federation like for a little bit doesn't mean you're stuck in there forever, right? The Federation is specifically for, well, the Federation in our section is specifically for the advancement of humanity, right? And some races are like, I don't want to be in the humanity project anymore. Take me out. Like I experienced that. I worked with them for a little bit. I worked on Earth for a little bit. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. So take me out. So the main races that are here, we have the Syrians. We also have lots of Atlantean energy coming through. Like the Atlanteans are also a big part. Now, this is the first time I've actually channeled this before, so that's exciting to know. The Atlantean energy is also something that's being brought forward on Earth right now. It was such a powerful race, and they're bringing the Atlanteans forward so that we can recognize we were a part of this civilization, because the Atlanteans were part human. They weren't Anunnaki, right? They had human in them. So the Atlantean energy is coming through so that we can connect with it. Again, they're so bringing forward the energy of what's the word? Bringing forward the truth. Disclosure, right? So like they want to bring forward as much truth as possible. So when the Atlantean energy comes through and we as humans can feel it within us, that's more truth coming through. That's more people being ignited. That's more people being inspired to find Atlantis, right? The energy that's being brought forward is here to like inspire people to find things and disclose the truth of what humanity really is. Like disclosure is not just about extraterrestrials coming through and letting themselves be known. Disclosure is also about humanity finding its truth. Humanity living in its most authentic way. You know, what we're doing on an individual basis is what the energy of the earth, right? So they want us to just find our most authentic selves, because a lot of us are sitting here wondering and questioning where we came from. What's the point of life? Like mad at God for torturing us and doing all these things, you know, like once we really know the truth of ourselves and how we were created, it's going to give us more power. It's not going to allow us to feel less than.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I can tell you right now that I 100% agree with that. Mm-hmm. My life has totally changed in that whole area since I woke up to who I am, who I really am, and, you know, more of like why we're here.
Yeah.
And being in the religion, I was more lost.
Yeah.
And confused, and nothing made sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and religion is a big one. And they're saying there's nothing wrong with religion. We don't want to squash people's religions. Mm-hmm. You know, if you are in a religion where it allows you to live your most authentic way, to live your truth, to live your freedom, we don't want to squash that, right? It's the religions that we're here to free you from thinking that you are less than. Mm-hmm. That the second you are born a sinner. That is not true. It's not true. And you don't have to prove yourself to any God outside of you, mm-hmm. right? The only God that you have to really prove yourself to is the one inside of you, right? Because remember, creator energy is within all of us. We are all God, so mm-hmm. there's nothing outside of us. In this whole session, we've said that there is no power outside of you. Mm-mm. There is no power outside of you. There are brothers and sisters on the outside of you who have been called gods, who have been labeled gods, who have been called goddesses, right? But really, they're just brothers and sisters. There is no power greater than you inside of you. Nothing is more powerful than what you have inside of you. You just need to activate it and learn how to control it and use it.
Absolutely.
We are the Anunnaki.
I love that. Very powerful messages. So much great information came out of this. Mm-hmm. So much great information.
Yeah. Always. I love channeling. I love the information that they bring forward. I have great respect for the Anunnaki who now realize like we messed up. We messed up. We hurt the humans and we're coming back to help fix it. And that's what we're channeling now, is that beautiful galactic federation energy of the Anunnaki, the mixed races that came down to create humanity, who are now here to just help humanity erase and fix the mistakes that they helped us make.
That's great. Awesome. Okay, on that note.
Yeah, we're going to close out, but I want to say first, find a goddess. Find a goddess. Find a goddess energy. Find the goddess inside of you. Find a god. I mean, if you're a male energy, if you're a masculine energy, it doesn't matter. Like, find something to help you transform into the person that you feel called to transform into. There are energies to help you, and each one you connect to activates a little different strand of your DNA. So connect, please connect, right? Meditate, plug that plug into Gaia, unplug from the matrix, meditate, envision the life you want, get together with your sisters and create magic for one another. Really, really, really just like connect to that magic inside of you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I'm feeling all kinds of, like, it's thick in here. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done blabbing. Have a beautiful day. I love you.
Yes. Love you.